A few more specialty pieces of fabric to talk to you about. We haven't really talked about cottons, but in our store here, our stash of stuff, we have a wide selection of cottons, stripes and checks and figures. But these are specialty ones right here that I want to bring to your attention because a lot of people aren't quite aware of what these are. This first one I'm going to show you is a cotton voile. And a voile is a type of fabric where it's very lightweight, very airy. You can see my hand or my ring underneath it because it's that lightweight, that sheer of a fabric. And a voile was used for all sorts of things. I actually have seen gowns made out of this, especially in the Regency period. But I was going to turn this into hopefully a little mantelette. I thought it'd be quite striking with this. And it's the softest blue that you ever want to see with the white woven stripes. So this is a cotton voile. This is also another voile, but this is a more vintage piece. Again, very, very thin with the printed dots, which I absolutely love. And you can see how sheer this is. And because this is only this wide, this is it. This is all the wider it is, so you know that's a more vintage piece because the size with the fabrics, woven fabrics, didn't stabilize until the 1920s where it went to the 41 inches. Up until then, it was anywhere from 20 inches, 36 inches, 24 inches. It varied upon what the manufacturer wanted to weave. So this, again, is a very beautiful vintage piece. And I think I'm going to turn this into some beautiful neck handkerchiefs I thought would be stunning out of this, or maybe little Regency Spencer jackets. You never know. It's what you all would like, what we feel like making. We are open to suggestions. And if you see something you like, just let us know. We'll be happy to see where we can accommodate you. And I told you Mallory and I went on a buying trip to New York this winter, and we had so much fun. And this is one of the fabrics that we found while we were out there, and I just had to get it. This is not quite a voile, although it is very, very thin. You could almost class it that way. But what drew me were these incredible, incredible golden stripes that are in this. And when I saw this, my head just screamed, Regency! Again, we took all they had, which wasn't very much, because some of these shops, they only have a very minimal amount of yardage. So when you find it, you get it, because you're never going to see it again. But can't you just imagine this made up? Again, 100% cotton. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm going to show you a couple of dotted Swisses, or figured. Some people would call this figured. And this one actually goes like this, and it's a stripe. You can see the stripe in here with these red lozenges here. And I'm going to pull this down just a wee bit so you can see the back, and you can see the red just goes through. They didn't carry it over. They didn't undershoot the threads. It's just on this one little spot for each one, and they clipped the threads and went on to the next. But some people would class this as close to a dotted Swiss because of the look. But this could almost be a dimity because of the stripes. Again, another dotted Swiss. Similar to this red, where you have the threads back here, but the little dots up here. As a Regency gown, even the 1790s, this would be just absolutely stunning. But these are specialty fabrics, and you have to hunt hard for these. You just can't go into Joann Fabrics and find them because they just don't carry these. You have to hunt, and that's part of the fun of buying fabric for costuming. It's the hunt. It's the thrill of the hunt, I will admit it. And when you find something that's superb, you know it, and the hair goes up on the back of your neck, and you just look at each other and you go, oh, I found something fabulous, which again, we found another piece. I'm telling you, we had so much fun. And that was this beautiful, beautiful silk organza with the hand-beaded circles on it on our last trip. Now, to be honest with you folks, that was our first trip, and trust me, it will not be our last one because it was just too much fun. But a beautiful silk organza, very, very sheer. But can't you just picture this with an under petticoat of apricot, baby blue, sea green? I mean, totally stunning, and what a fantastic ball gown this would make, as well as this piece here. This is a silk organdy with chain stitching on it. Back in the period, chain stitching like this was done with a little tiny hook. It was called tambour work. So this replicates the tambour work of the period of the 18th century, but also goes very well into the 19th century. And as a Regency gown, again, with a white base underneath, it would be totally stunning and one of a kind. And trust me, your friends would envy you because they would not be able to get anything like this because, like I said, one of a kind, waiting for you.